So on Twitch the other day, as I checked back on the VOD, we missed the intro into it, the intro graphic, and then missed we were like 3 or 4 seconds into the podcast.
Yeah. Well,
so
it's showing up all right at a minute.
Is it? And what's our not what do we look like, but is frames looking okay and stuff like that?
You could probably do.
Let's have a look.
Maybe do a move in, either everyone slightly closer together, or it might just be Graham actually needs to move over towards you and then down towards Ian.
I can't.
No, you can't. That's fine. It's squared. What are you on about?
Yeah. I can't fix each square.
As close to him as I can get.
That's fine.
I can't get any closer to him.
Please don't get close to me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. It's sitting in that box, all right? So that's good.
Okay. Right. So if everyone's happy with what the stream is looking,
I mean, Jamie's to my side there, and that's just a bit weird.
We just have to fucking deal with it, wouldn't you?
Actually, no anything. Okay, let me just organise my stream. If that makes sense. My Zoom call, because when I record, it has to be the same as the Tavern one. So you're there, I'm down here.
It doesn't need to be.
Jamie's there.
Yeah, you only need to press record.
Yeah, but no, it makes sense what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm glad you know what you're doing. And then remember to send me the audio format, and I'll send it off. And Jay, you did, thank you. And yeah, Jamie, you need to talk a lot louder because I was like that on my car stereo.
And then I talk loud and
coughs.
And then Ian coughs and fucking blows your speakers out.
He did cough.
One time. Did I cough that last week as well? Sorry, I forgot to mute myself. I'll stop eating now. My last week. I ate all the time.
I was waiting till you finished, to be fair.
Has Jay been for a piss first as well?
Yeah. Hang on.
I like Jay trying to be cool, pretending he plays Call of Duty, but when he's actually left terrible. Like.
I'm fucking awful at Call of Duty. I just like having fun with it.
Didn't even know what a loadout was the other day. I had to explain that to him.
No, I didn't know what it was last night either. I was playing with some of the other guys, and they were like, "Did you get your loadout?" What do you mean?
I'm
the
trying to be
box
cool.
that we dropped that said loadout. Oh yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I picked that up. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
no, I didn't bother.
Right.
All right, countdown for recording in 5.
Oh, Jay, I'm gonna point to you when you're ready to go. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
So, hit record. Go.
Hello and welcome to Xbox Tavern's podcast, episode 5th. We're back once again on Twitch. Going to be live on YouTube and obviously podcast services around the globe. Well, joining me once again is Daniel.
Hello.
Graham.
Hello.
And Ian.
Hello.
How are we, gentlemen, this week? Daniel, have you had a busy week?
I worked late today. I don't feel right. I feel like I need to shower.
Why were you late?
That was my shift. It was only 5 hours, bear in mind, but yeah, it was a late one.
Oh, so long. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we're having to keep you up this late for having worked so long.
That's okay.
Graham, how are you? You've had a bit of a good day, as I understand.
Yeah, as you can kind of see behind me, I nipped out a lunch break to sort of pick up the new TV. Wasn't sort of a Black Friday deal, but it might as well be. Yeah. But yeah, all ready for the new era of gaming.
And that's a 4K 120, all the gubbins goodness that you've got there.
Everything plays it all.
Which one did you go for in the end?
It was the Samsung Q90T. So a 55-inch one. So that's as big as the wall it's going to be mounted on once you get it mounted.
Decent.
Happy days. So here's hoping you can get some time to play some games on it. We lost him. He's gone. Bye, Graham.
Bye, Graham. Thanks for coming.
Gonna play on this TV.
Cheers,
and Ian, how are you? I haven't spoken to you all week. You all right?
You have spoken to me. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah,
no.
Not too bad, thank you.
Yeah, are you feeling better? You weren't feeling a bit under the weather last week.
No, a little bit ill in the beginning, towards the beginning, but for now I'm all right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Back to you, 100%. Back to your usual self.
Back to my usual self.
That's what we like.
Loads of food and drinking.
Cheers. Here. Yeah. So obviously we're back once again. We're busy week in terms of our our workload in our personal lives as well as with the site. So we got some reviews and stuff to talk about a little bit later on. But we thought we'd get straight into the topic this week. We've got a couple on the docket. So if we wanted to discuss an article which went up on The Verge from Tom Warren, was it? Sorry, not The Verge, Windows Central, regarding Digital Foundry's discovery that some PlayStation games on the PlayStation 5 seem to be running and performing better compared to the Xbox Series X version, which is obviously supposed to be the most powerful console in the world and all that. So we just wanted to, I'll just have a quick scroll through, give you sort of like the cliff notes of it. So basically, when Digital Foundry obviously do their thing, they're very thorough, they're very detail orientated, and they've noticed that some things on like frame rates and resolutions and ray tracing and stuff like that just seems to be performing much better on the PlayStation 5. So Tom Warren reached out to Microsoft to get their sort of a quote on it, and they say, "We are aware of performance issues in a handful of optimized titles on the Series X and S, and are actively working with our partners to identify and resolve the issues to ensure an optimal experience. As we begin a new console generation, our partners are just now scratching the surface of what next-gen consoles can do, and minor bug fixes are expected as they learn how to take full advantage of the new platform. We're eager to continue working with developers to further explore the capability of the Xbox Series X, S in the future." So basically, they're kind of acknowledging it without really saying that's not, they're not really saying that's true. They're not saying it's false. They're just saying it's to be expected, basically. So we thought we'd just go around the panel and just see what we think of that quote and what you think of, I don't know if you watch the Digital Foundry stuff, but what you think could possibly be a reason for it. So we'll start with you, Ian.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge really because it's one of the things like it's found something, but yeah, the performance is a little bit less, but the game's still the same. Of course, you want to play it in the more shininess and most possible have, but it's good that they've admitted that they can see no fault.
Yeah,
they know what's going on. It's not like they're lying about it and beating around the bush. It's going, yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it, and they're going to sort it.
Yeah,
and I have every faith they will sort it because they're not going to just let it slide.
Well, yeah, especially like you said, coming out with the world's most powerful console sort of tagline, and then the first batch of games being tested, they were like, well, maybe
maybe not.
Sort of, yeah. Graham, you got any thoughts on the topic?
Yeah, it's not that big a deal at the moment. It's almost like it's the same wars of the past with the bits war, the 16-bit versus the 32-bit to the 64-bit. It's a couple of frames. It's not going to make.
But how can you possibly play at 58 frames instead of 60 frames, Graham? How?
Yeah, Graham.
Especially on that shiny new TV. I think your connection's a bit iffy, Graham. You keep cutting out. I don't know if is he cutting out for you guys as well?
Yeah, it was a little bit cutting out.
Yeah. Okay.
And one of the guys mentioned in chat, which is quite important as well, Chaotic, said, like I said, the dev kits for PlayStation have been with them a lot longer. So they know how to use it a lot more better. And that's definitely been the case where as Xbox were quite very hidden and quite held back a bit of their stock until they start giving out the dev kits.
Yeah, I was gonna come across that because later down the article he mentions that they've only had them since the summer apparently, whereas the PS5 ones have reportedly been in their hands since last December. So they've had a lot more time to be prepared and sort of optimize things. Daniel, you got any thoughts on this?
I think it's hard. You can't push out that you've got the world's most powerful console and then quite literally in black and white and testing it shows you especially Valhalla shows that the PlayStation, I think they pushed it a constant 60, didn't they? Whereas Xbox was, as you say, a couple of frames short, but it did dip. It was dipping 60, a little bit lower, and then it kind of had that wave effect. Right now, this second, Ian, you mentioned it, didn't you? I don't think it matters, does it? I think we're going to wait.
Quite, yeah.
Yeah, I think once the first-party titles start coming out, this is where we need to see kind of the full power of the Xbox or of the console.
They've acknowledged it. That's the main thing, and it's when it started the main exclusives, and next year when the big games come out, that's where you want to look at. Like for instance, maybe even get a story before Cyberpunk comes out for the Series X version, not the one coming out now, but the Series X and PS5 version. If it's not sorted by then, I can imagine there might be an uproar because Cyberpunk's going to be game of the game, isn't it? Game of
The Holy Grail.
yeah, called the game of life, whatever.
Well, have you seen the hours that someone's put into it? I think one of the devs has played 175 hours,
Yeah,
and did he
something like
say
that, yeah.
he's not even
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah,
even
that
done
was-
with it?
That was a case of doing everything he possibly could do, wasn't it? Just rinsing every single quest and
Yeah, every quest, checking every
exploration.
text, everything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
175 hours in, and he still hasn't nowhere near finished.
Yeah. Which goes back to what I was saying last week. Like, just something like that just terrifies me. That's an awful phrase, but it just makes me less interested because I can't even stay awake for that. For an hour in the evenings. It's going to take me a year to get anywhere near that far. But yeah, and I'm sure it'll be good. But yeah, as you said, like it doesn't really matter at this point. It's not like the Xbox One and PS4 when that came out. Obviously, you had the whole 900p versus 1080p nonsense, and 60, not 60 frames, but one would be 30 frames, one would be 25 frames, one would be 24. I really like Digital Foundry, as you lot know, and I like watching their stuff. But half the time, it really is kind of like just picking at the little details that no one's really going to notice.
Yeah,
I was watching
very much picking up, clutching at straws and like, oh, look at this little thing here. So,
I was watching their Watch Dogs one the other day, the ray tracing and stuff, and literally like it was like a scene with a puddle with a reflection or something, and they zoomed in 300%, and I was sitting there, I was like, can I? No. I think
I can't tell anything different from
I
this.
can just about see what but like you never ever notice in sort of general gameplay, and for anyone who's not actively looking for that sort of information.
Yeah, that picky stuff is everywhere. There was people picking on everyone getting excited about Spider-Man on the PlayStation, saying, "Look how shiny it is how he's hanging onto this building." And someone goes, "Look at the reflection. The reflection doesn't even make sense." And then when you sort of go in close, it's like the reflection shouldn't be what's actually being reflected.
Yeah, because
So
when
does
like
that
the
really matter
trees
that
and stuff
much?
didn't have as many
People
leaves on
often
them and all that. Yeah,
picking that finely at the moment.
Yeah. Again, I appreciate the work they put into it and the detail they put into it, and obviously there's a lot of people out there who well, not necessarily a lot, but there's a vocal minority that get into that sort of thing. They look at they'll sit there and compare pixel counts or whether this one loads in 5 seconds compared to 4 seconds and stuff, and then it's just fanboy bait, isn't it? Really,
that's it. It's just like a one-upmanship.
Well,
Yeah,
it's also pushing an article to push an article, isn't it? As you say, if you're zooming into a puddle in Watch Dogs 300%, you're playing the game wrong.
Yeah.
The upper with Dirt 5, like the amount, like because the lights were different on one of the versions to the other. It's like, really, like, I mean,
again, I appreciate what they do, but it's just not.
It's too technical.
The more the generation's gone on, especially with the start of this one, the less the differences are. So it really is like we said, just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking.
Yeah.
Unless you get something that I think Devil May Cry was another one of these games that sort of had a massive difference where PlayStation 5 was 60 and Xbox Series X was like 30, pushing 30 at most, and sort of the line was fluctuating in that. So that's quite a big difference, I think, and that's worth talking about. But when you go in 60 frames, 59 frames, it's just Again, I still like them. I'm going to keep saying it, and it's very interesting to watch. But a lot of the time, it's and stuff like this, like you said, it's just nitpicking really.
No, they should pull on the bigger things like the haptics for the trigger buttons that the PlayStation has. There seems to be a lot of hype about those, and they seem pretty cool. But that's the kind of thing that sort of drives it a bit forward.
No, definitely, yeah.
Kind of competition there. The be all and end matches for that competition.
I don't think I caught any of that, Graham. Did
I feel
anyone else
same.
get any of that?
No,
Sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah.
You try to turn that phone on again, Graham.
What?
Yeah.
Cool tech. Where's Baker Tech when you need him, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's worth have a look on Windows Central, read Tom's article, and just sort of get the sort of finer details from where we've gone over today. But again, it's too early. If it's still like this in a year's time, perhaps, then we might have something else to worry about. If if
Yeah,
the more
definitely, yeah.
powerful console still can't outperform the PlayStation once everyone's got to grips with it. But for now, yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
I
As long
still
as you're
think it's
enjoying it.
great, and still I'm still having so much fun with it.
Oh yeah, and the difference between this and the old one is still night and day. Like I
Yeah.
like playing Warzone or playing Far Cry or something. That's just incredible. The exact same game, just the performance and the visuals and stuff. So yeah, you're a good boy, Xbox. You're a good boy, keeping us going. Has anyone else got anything else to add on that topic, or should we move on to the next one?
Move on.
Move on. Let's move on. Cool. So as I understand, you guys want to have a little chat about the app, the Xbox app. Is this iPhone or Android or both?
Both. Yeah.
Both.
All right. Well, I'll let Dan, if you want to lead us out on this, and I'll take a back seat for a minute.
Gosh, I don't know if I'm the right person for this. As was it the week before the Series X dropped, the app was updated, and this was meant to help you set up your console, etc., etc. So we have been used to a certain functionality out of the app. The new app dropped, and the functions which you would possibly associate with Xbox as standard were dropped. So you no longer have the ability to check or compare your achievements with your friends. You no longer have the ability to redeem game codes. The shop, purchasing games via your phone via the shop, it's not the same. It's as if we've gone kind of 2 steps forward in one respect and then taken 10 backwards. Is that a fair reflection to state, guys?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just it feels like they've gone backwards with it. It just doesn't feel like they've actually changed it or revolutionized.
Yeah, they haven't, I suppose, bred a new lease of life into it. As I said, they've taken functions away which you would possibly associate as standard things, like especially redeeming. Okay, for us, redeeming game codes on the go, which was a godsend. Now you have to go via the web app or save the redeem code via your phone. Okay, let's be blunt. It's not the end of the world. However, it's a feature that you
had that was there.
Yeah, for you personally, it was useful, but it's gone.
I think the only feature they've added, which I do actually like, is the fact that you can actually now download your game clips or screenshots directly from the actual app to your phone. Download them as in onto your phone locally. So you got it locally rather than having to go to the app to watch your clips. And that's the only one feature so far I've gone, oh, that's really cool. Obviously the standard, like, Project X Cloud, and obviously using it to turn your Xbox on and install stuff. But then again, I could do that anyway locally or on the PC, but I miss my achievement notifications and stuff like that. And looking up achievement lists.
I'm sad. So it's amazing how you would think that feature is a bit not very good. So I'm not a major achievement hunter like yourself. However, I've got a competition with a friend, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even check. So you can't really check it on the console. You can check it on the console, but it's not as easy as it was on the app. Yeah, Graham, what do you think? You've had a go on this as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I would happily sacrifice everything that they have so far if they made the streaming bit better. But the streaming to the phone or streaming to the tablet has not changed one bit. It was just as bad on the Xbox One as it is now, the Series X, constantly flagging up saying your network has issues, or your network's connected to, or your phone's connected to a wireless band of 2.4 gigahertz, switch to 5 and it'll improve it. None of that works. I've put my Xbox in a DMZ, for those that know what that means. So there's no restrictions on it from the router.
Okay.
So all the ports are open, so there's no blocking. So it's just the best speed it can get out of the router. And I've even tried separating it onto a 5 gigahertz band from the router, doesn't make any difference. You can have the best connection in the world and it will still say network issues. And yeah.
Do you get the? So I presume you're on iOS like myself.
Both. I've got both.
Oh, you got both. Okay. So when I played Resident Evil Biohazard, as I was going along, each almost every other kind of section on the game, I would come up with like blocks, like strange blocky pixel graphics on the side of the phone. Were you getting those issues as well?
Not so much blocks, just general lag. It was like playing a game on the original Xbox back in the day with someone with a terrible connection.
Oh.
So it's just constantly that, unless you're playing a low frame rate game. So I could just about squeeze the original Kazuma on it without any sort of glitching, and it just about ran okay. But if you put anything with a slightly higher frame rate, something like FIFA, it's just almost unplayable through the app or through the tablet.
Is this console streaming though, or cloud streaming?
But
Was that both?
console streaming.
Console.
streaming. Yeah.
No, it was just console streaming. I can't do cloud streaming without signing up to the Game Pass, and I'm currently sharing it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Are you right there, Jamie?
I'm fine. Yeah. So basically, it sounds like it's just gone backwards, like you said. It was good, and then they took away. Well, didn't take away stuff, just made it harder. It sounds like.
Well, yeah. So they've given you some extra features. However, they've taken, as I said, some of the basic. You would say they were basic features. I mean, they've got a thing where you can pre-install a tab as you're flicking through Game Pass or the Microsoft Store. You can't buy the game, but it will kind of load on your console, and then you have to click into it once you go to your console to then buy it and then download it and play it. Which is quite nice if you finally you're like, oh yeah, that game, must remember it.
Yeah.
Done. The tile is there on your console when you get home, but then you've got to do like extra steps. Why not let me buy it from my phone?
Yeah.
It seems silly. And Microsoft being Microsoft, you've got the Family app, you've got the Game Pass app, you've got the Xbox app. Why have we got 3 apps? Why can't they make all one encompassing
Fusion fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems daft, you know. It just seems like we're constantly getting extra apps for, I don't know, to keep people in job.
For the hell of it, yeah. Why not?
Why not? Hey.
Well, yeah, okay. You could turn around and say you're making it easier. So for mum and dad who don't play Xbox, they've got the Family app, which then allows them to kind of break down the console. So, poor old Jimmy can't play 17 hours of Fortnite in a day.
Outrageous.
Let him play 18. God damn it. But yeah, I don't know. I like everything being kind of nice and easy, and yeah, I don't want 3 apps. I only want the one.
Yeah, that's a proper old man way. Damn it, that's the way it should be.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day.
I've got like 5 different Xbox apps on my phone.
But it's stupid, weird. Isn't it? It's so daft. They go forward so many steps, but take like massive leaps and bounds going backwards at the same time. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm going to get off my high horse before the poor thing dies.
Maybe if they only had one app, they could squeeze those extra frames into the games, and then we wouldn't have any of these problems. But
yeah.
Who knows? So basically, we're just having a little bit of a moan, this week.
Oh, my apps!
It's not like I just want to plug the cartridge in and go.
Back in my day,
like how it used to be. No DLC, no microtransactions.
Before you,
oh God, don't even start that.
And then plug it in.
And then wiggling the cable of the controller. Work. Yeah. Why doesn't the buttons work anymore? Good old times, good old days. So yeah. So anything positive we want to discuss before we move on to like what we've been playing? Any fun experiences this week with the Xbox? Nothing else, please. Silence. Miserable week. Good. All right.
Been a tough week, lads. Tough week.
Well, I've been enjoying playing on it anyway. The scant time I've got to play on it. Yeah, it's been a busy week. All right, so should we get on to what we have been playing then? Graham, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. So the couple of titles I've currently been reviewing is Guntastic and the new combined with added features Overcooked as well. So Guntastic is one that we actually played at the event about last year.
EGX Res, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Res. It was quite a good, super quick.
Is there anyone losing Graham, or was it just me?
Yeah,
No,
no,
no.
it's gone again.
Good chat, Graham.
All right, I'll tell you what, Greg. I don't know if you want to try and reset yourself or something, but you keep crapping out.
Cutting out. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second. I'll
All right,
try reconnecting.
Ian, do you want to tell us what you've been playing this week?
Yes, certainly.
Cool.
So I've been playing. I actually started a new game because obviously I was in limbo. I started playing a game called Planet Coaster.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bit like Roller Coaster Tycoon kind of game where you like, what's it called? It simulator kind of, where you,
Theme
simulation
park,
management.
yeah,
Yes, that's the theme park.
uh,
That's what I was looking for. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a simulation management game. So I've been playing that quite a bit. That's been a great good fun. Killing people as always with my roller coasters.
In a theme park simulator.
Yeah, you can build a roller coaster and you can make it really,
I know
really
you
bad.
can, but what?
And then they got it straight away, like, oh, you just killed everyone. Oops,
Yeah,
sorry.
just do the loop without the bit at the bottom to catch
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So,
Or you make a coaster with like 5 loops in a row and they go really
like
crazy.
like a quick turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fly off.
Or everyone comes off really sick and then they're like, oh, I really hated that. And then you underpay your staff and they get really angry at you. And then you overpay your staff and they quit.
just remind me to never bloody get a job with you. It never work for you. I'm setting up my own theme park business. Do you want to come? No.
Come
That'll be all right. Thank
come
you.
join me in my theme park business. Come on. You know you want to.
And
So yeah, I'm
so,
actually having quite a bit of fun with it. I only started off like a whim for my competition I'm in. But actually, yeah, it's quite a bit of fun.
is it as much sort of room for creativity as we remember, like theme park and all that back in
Yeah,
the day?
it's loads. There's loads. I mean, you can have the whole standard mode where you have a set budget and you've got to build a small ride, or have a couple of generic ones, and you wait for them to kind of come in, or you can just have the sandbox mode where you just go all ham in and build big, massive roller coasters and all the rides. That's quite fun. And then you've got the career mode where you're like a little man like me, and you build your way up to making a big old theme park.
Nice. Are you playing that
Building
on
an empire?
An Xbox.
on Xbox? How is it on
Yeah.
the controller?
Yeah, it's fine. Once you get used to it, it's fine. Just move up and down and do the hotkey buttons. If you want to name the roller coaster, obviously just click on the button, then you either use your chat pad or up and down to move around. But yeah, it seems to be quite seamless moving around. Every now and again, you get the old issue where you're trying to zoom in and out, like zooming in, zooming out, move, click, and then at the beginning. But now I'm kind of got used to the controls and how it works. Yeah, no issues. And then I'll be playing also a lot of Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah, boy.
Getting those sweet wins.
Have
sweet
you
dubs.
been getting wins though? Have you been getting them?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Well, we never seem to get any when we play together.
That's because I have to carry you everywhere, at least. I have competent people when I play with, so.
Yeah,
Ooh,
well,
harsh.
we are. It's true though.
Hard for fair. It's like when I go like duos. Okay, this is pretty much like a 2-on-1. I go into this thinking 2-on-1 and hope for the best.
Shouldn't you be sending Jamie in as like not even the meat shield, kind of the chicken running, and then you can just sit back and pop them?
When Jamie went to me, what's the loadout? I was like, this is gonna be a long night.
I hadn't played it in months. It was the first time I'd loaded it up. I didn't know anything
What's all
had
these
changed.
things? I think at one point you got a most wanted, which is the one you don't want to get. It's like, oh, Jamie, why did you pick that one up for?
Oh,
Well,
I
you
got
say-
that once.
You say this. Last night I played with some of my old work colleagues and friends. Hello, everybody. And I was kicking some ass. I got like triple kills and everything. And
Killing your own team, were you?
You gangster.
Well, yeah, the details don't matter, do they? It's just no. Yeah, we were doing good. We were doing really well. I was getting like 4 or 5 kills every game.
Did you win?
No. No, but it was good fun. And yeah, we played for a couple of hours. We got, I think the highest we got was like 10th, like in terms. I assume that's 10th in terms of squad, not 10th in terms of there was only like 6 other people left. But
No, it's 10th, so 10th squad left over. Yeah,
It's not bad.
but yeah, no, it's good fun. It's good fun. What about yourself, Daniel?
I've been ploughing through Call of Duty Cold War. I've managed to get past that strange bug that I had.
So what was it? What was that bug you had again? Just quickly.
So it wasn't the prison mission, but as you were going into the bit, so I think it was the third level. So you go in and there's this big kind of huge facility, and you scan it. You see a couple of enemies coming out of the truck. So there's a guy in the guard tower. So you pop all them off, and then as you walk down the cliff, it just crashed. I was like, okay, cool. And then you would do all that scene again, and there was something inside the security guard box. Take a photo of it, it would crash. So I left it a week. I don't know if there was an update. Had the same issue again, and then somehow just kept kind of ploughing through. You know where you're like threading a needle. You're like, you will go in, you will get past this, yeah, and somehow got past it, but. After I pushed past that part, it just started to play slightly odd. It felt like it was sped up, but not like, times 5, times 6. It just feels slightly off. So it was like 1.23. It was like really weird. You're like, this is a bit jarring. This is not right. So yeah, been playing that. Been enjoying it. I love it. I think it's really, really, really good story. But yeah, the weird zoomy thing was odd, and I'm about halfway through it now, so I'm on the last stretch of completing it.
So you've got about 20 minutes to go then. Good.
Probably, but I do like.
So, how many hours have you? They sound like you played a lot of hours, but then I remember last week where it was like
I kept dying. But I like.
Of course, Jamie plays on easy, and you probably play on like veteran.
I contemplated easy. But I do like the fact that they're giving you the side missions. I think I spoke about it last week. But I've now experienced as you're picking up like side quests or as you're picking up intel, it's giving you more information to go on one of the other side quests that you can complete in a more fulfilling's not the right word, but a better way. You've got all the information to hand, so you can then go for the target, or you can then go for what you need to do.
Yeah, they're kind of like not puzzles. Well, they're kind of like puzzles, aren't they? Where you've got to try and figure out what the target is or what the solution.
So with all the pieces of evidence, it's like being a detective, really. As you're going through the main story of the campaign, you're picking up little bits of breadcrumbs to then complete the side quest, which is quite nice because normally they give you there's no side quest, but you're getting a side quest just because. But this is kind of you're picking the bones, which is it's completely different and gives you extra minutes to play.
Yeah.
Pad that campaign out an extra 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah. But like I said, I think it's quite good what they've done, how they've just changed their storytelling ever so slightly.
Yeah, no, I really, that was one of the things I really liked about the campaign was those optional missions, because as you said, finding the clues in the main missions, then going back and trying to, the puzzles are different for everybody. I think the general gist of it is the same, but the solution, like one of them, you have to find 3 sleeper agents before you go into the mission. The one I looked up a guide after I did it, not before, after, and it was. It was, and there's like I think there's 9 people what it can be from, and I got whatever 3 people I got, and the picture they had in the guide was 3 completely different people.
Okay.
And yes, it's not, you can't just look up a guide and be like, right, this is the solution. You need to properly find the clues and then figure out for yourself. You can just sort of get help with the general gist of what you need to do. But I think there's only 2 side missions like that, isn't there?
I think I'm trying to think. I know there's one with 5 bits of evidence that you've got to locate, and then there was another one where it was the picture of 6, and you have to pick however many. So those are the only 2 that I know of at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were the only ones, which is a shame. I would have liked a couple more, really.
Well, if it's only a 6-hour campaign,
I was going to say I would have liked the campaign to last another 4 or 5 missions just in general. But again, it was very good. Like I said in my review up on the site, check it out.
Nice segue. I'll set you up there.
Yeah, it was good. Have you played any of the multiplayer?
No, because it's Call of Duty and it's sweaty and it's horrible and
Yeah, people like me who kill everyone.
I think I'm very much a boring person. If I'm going to play my multiplayer games, I've got my set multiplayer games. Do I want to start a whole new kind of ranking system?
I've been neglecting Apex, I must admit. I'm going to go with Call of Duty.
Well, hopefully we're all going to stay on a little bit later because I've got a free pass.
Are you and Graham's got to have an excuse to test out that new television, didn't he? So
You want to watch Mr. Tumble?
Can't wait.
do you want to try and regale us with what you were saying earlier on about, was it Overcooked and Guntastic?
Guntastic, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Guntastic is what we played at Res last year, and it's just a super quick sort of battle game where it's one hit kills, and as soon as you start the level, you just got to pace it to grab a gun quickly, and then just take out the opponent, and then once everyone else is killed, the round's over, and it's it's not done by who wins the round, it's done by who gets the most kills, and it's like the first one to get 10 kills. So you just want to, you don't care if you die as long as you get more kills than anyone else. But yeah, that one has some online play as well, because I did a beat me before last week, and yeah, so that one had online play, but that wasn't fun at all. Whereas this one is fun.
Sounds a bit more interesting.
Do you not remember playing it at Res either?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of it now.
It's the
I think
one
if you saw it, you remember it. You pick up a gun. It could be a rocket launcher. It could be a laser. It could be a disc gun. And half the time you end up shooting something, it bounces back and kills yourself. I started off with minus.
Yes.
We got stickers because the picture is like a naked guy with a smiley face.
Yes, that was it. Well, the character was a guy naked with a sock over his bits and stuff.
We got them stickers and whatever it was, like badges.
So yeah, that one's actually good, and it's got online play as well. So should be quite a good, fun little party game to play. And Overcooked is what it is. I wanted to give that a proper test over the weekend now that I've got my new TV to sort of proper stretch out the X Series X upgrade it's got to see it all in 4K glory. Although Overcooked, I was surprised has that much 4K glory, but it did look quite stunning when I loaded it up before. So
it doesn't support 120 though, does it? Frames.
I don't know if it's 120. All it said was sort of experience the 4K graphics.
Just upspuffed visuals and shininess.
I don't have one of the most. It's thing is, though, same with Overcooked. You find yourself, like I played with my missus, and I found I have the most weirdest arguments playing Overcooked.
Oh no, we do. Me and my wife.
It's just like, why are we arguing about this? Like, Bastard Mushroom, what are you doing? Why are you flying over there for? You're an idiot. It's like,
I find because I can master the dash, because the dash is the best bit about getting things done quickly. Whereas she doesn't like to dash, and occasionally I dash into her, and she starts losing her mind.
I like throwing vegetables as well. And I throw them. So why are you throwing them for? I get in the way of other things. Oh, you threw it into the pan. Why are you doing that as well?
Yeah, you definitely need to play it with someone you can't have those kind of arguments with, because it starts straying from the game and getting into other things.
So you start arguing about everything else. Whoa.
we had to stop playing it. We played it, and then we were on holiday with my wife and her sister and her wife, and they were just at each other's throats. Like, we'd play for an hour, and then they'd just go off in separate directions, just chill out because they're getting so.
We're not playing this anymore.
It's like playing this game. Chill out. Me and Laura sitting there like, okay.
It's that strong element of cooperation, and when things don't work, it breaks down, and the person who takes the rap for it breaking down.
Yes. Especially if it's your, well, you know it's your fault. It's like, oh no, it's not my fault. I'm in an argument with you for this.
Where were you?
Where were you? It's like, it was your fault. No. We're not going to have this conversation.
Expected it to get proper feisty, but I wanted to. At least we're getting feisty while watching it in 4K.
I was going to say, don't let her throw anything at the screen, will you?
Yeah.
Well, she helped pay for it, so she's only doing herself damage as well.
Do you have much Overcooked experience, Daniel?
No, none at all. I occasionally look at it, I'm like, do I want to play this? Like, I know my wife doesn't, and I don't fancy an argument. I don't need Overcooked to help my marriage.
Have arguments.
Yeah, I'd say that's good advice.
Yeah, that is.
Don't introduce it.
Yeah, no. I tried to. Go on, sorry.
No.
I was going to say, I was going to try to get her to play Way Out with me. Was it a Way Out?
Oh yeah, I did that with my missus. That was good.
And I was like, "Come on, let's play it." And she's not like, she doesn't really like video games or gaming. And she's like, and we haven't started. And I'm like, for God's sake, I bought this game not to play with you, but to play with someone. And you don't want to play it now? No.
I played
He's
this
trying to guilt her into it. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna get her in the mood.
Yeah, definitely. Strip off with just the controller. Hey. Nope.
one of the best games I played, Cole, with my missus. It's not obviously unfortunately not an Xbox game, but it's Beyond Two Souls, and that's the most infuriating but fun game to play because you could basically it's just two different characters, but one's obviously like a soul and you can do stuff like move an object or move a box or scare someone, and you're playing as a character who's actually doing the story and doing all the talking. But she'll just do them. She'll be a Graham basically. That's what she was.
What, a saboteur?
Yep, that's it. Sabotaging, winding people up, scaring people. Like, no, try and be nice. No, don't like her. And then scare them, make her run.
I'm bored. I'm bored. Do something.
Yeah,
awesome.
that happens. I'm a lot. I can't help but sabotage.
I think that's your middle name, isn't it?
It is pretty well,
Yeah. The stories from the years could be endless, but we're oh, you menace, absolute menace. So basically, good games in. Bit of Call of Duty, bit of cooking, and possibly getting angry at the weekend,
Yeah.
and a bit more Call of Duty. What could be better, eh?
Call of Duty. I played some Apex as well this weekend. I've missed it a bit.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll try some of that later on at some point. But obviously, we've got to have something with the four of us first. We'll be streaming that later on, I imagine, after we finish here today.
Or have to be
I don't
something
know.
that we can all play if you're going to do Apexes. Somewhat.
Probably Rainbow.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. We'll play something with all of us, and then
Yeah.
at some point, either late after that or later tomorrow. You know what I mean. We'll play Apex at some point.
Good English, Graham. Jamie. You're fine.
Who? Sorry.
I don't know.
And
Move on.
it all crumbles right in my hands. So obviously, Graham's discussed his review games. I forget where we're at with reviews. Ian, you can't talk about your one. Daniel, I forget where have you got one on at the minute?
So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, you have. Yes.
We've got so Warhammer Chaos Bane Slayer is out and dropped on YouTube. So go check that out, and then for the scores, go check out the website. Link is somewhere near Jamie.
Down here somewhere.
Yeah, and then I've got Verde Blanque Full Moon, which I have just finished. I need to edit it. Ratalaika, visual novel.
Yeah.
Well, so the Ratalaika visual novels that I've picked up in previous have a very Asian feel to them. I saw those eyebrows just move up. This one isn't. This is more of like a storybook werewolf, very kind of detective mode. Quite enjoyable play. It surprised me. I was expecting the, as I said, atypical kind of Ratalaika, borderline strange kind of visuals, but yeah, this one surprised me. Quite enjoyed it, and having the
Just speechless.
well, it has left me speechless.
Wow, I'm speechless as well.
To have like a story, so I suppose most visual novels should be kind of akin to a comic book, because let's be honest, that's kind of the genre, and this one kind of fell into it. So as the words were coming, as you were picking dialogue options, as you were going through, it kind of panned, very closely to a comic book. So you would have that kind of come down white. I'm sure it was like a white edge border. So it was nice. It was refreshing. The story wasn't bad. You had like detective mini games in there. One was I can't even remember. Was it Wheel of Fortune, where you had to guess the phrase at the end? So there was like a Wheel of Fortune. So you had just blank, 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 and then you had A to Z, and you had to pick what letter it was, which was nice. There was a Spot the Difference. And if you look at this Spot the Difference, it's not Spot the Difference, guys. It's like little markings. So as you're going through one side of the picture to the other, on this one it may have like nothing there, and then on this one we'll have a very small dot or a little cross,
Yeah.
and you're having a laugh. I've got to look at this screen. I'm like,
Big
Is that the
magnifying glass out. Look,
no. I went straight to a guide. I wasn't doing it. There was another one where like on the rock form it had
Guys,
like
already?
it had like 3 or 4 lines extra on this rock form. You're having a laugh. Absolutely. I should have taken a picture of it actually. I didn't. But yeah, it was not. It was a nice change of pace. It was refreshing and it was different. And it maybe not for the price, but yeah, it was all right. You'll see.
Decent.
Yeah, you'll see it come up next week. I'll have it edited and ready to go. But no, nice.
Yes, we'll add that up on the YouTube channel and obviously the final scores and stuff up on the website.
Yes.
Once that's ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only review I've managed to knock out this week, because it's been, as I said earlier, crazy, was a game called Wonderling, which is basically like an auto running platformer.
I
So
saw that. I was going to take
I
that
was
before
gonna
you.
take that. Oh, there we go.
I saw
Well,
the video and I was like, "Ooh,
Well, I'm glad that I beat you to it because it's quite good. I quite enjoyed it. I put my review up today. It's obviously up on the site now, like I said. It basically, it's kind of like it's set in a video game world, and you start off playing as this guy called Carrot Man, and you sort of do general platforming, and then after a minute of that or so, he sort of teleports away to through a portal, and one of the enemies is killed, is brought back to life by the Witch of the Land, and then you end up playing as that enemy, chasing down the good guy to try and stop him from rescuing the princess. It's quite funny. It's silly humor. It's not gonna like test your cognitive
Witten.
skill. Yeah, you're not gonna be sitting there going, but what does it mean? It's just silly little jokes, but it's all like full of video game references and pop culture references and little quippy remarks that are just funny, really.
Yeah, cool.
And then when you actually play the levels, you start at point A, your guy auto runs, and you start off with just the ability to jump, so you have to navigate your way to the exit, collecting the flowers along the way, and then after 2 worlds, you fight a boss, which not really a boss fight, as it's more of like a cinematic that you kind of vaguely interact with. So the first one, I forget exactly now. Old man brain come in. But basically, all you have to do is press A when it tells you to press A, and something happens. And you press A again, and then that's the end. It's literally
like a quick time event."
kind of like a quick time event, except it's not like quickly press A. It's just sits there waiting for you to press the A button. You press the A button.
Okay. So not
and
quite
something
quick
happens.
time. It's more
Yeah.
press the button.
Slow
Or
time.
like just
Easy
more
quick
like
time.
just press the button to proceed the cutscene. Yeah.
Sounds like Ian's type of game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but again,
not that
it was entertaining. It was. I wouldn't knock it for that. It was just a funny little end cap to those series of worlds, and then those series of levels. Then you move on to the next one, and then you get a new power, like the ability to wall jump or the ability to dash through rocks. And there's different little power ups you can find as well. But the best thing I think about it is, although the main goal is to get from point A to point B through jumping through the platforming levels and collecting the flowers, there's hidden chests and hidden exits as well. And they're real tough to find, like, because you've got to really plan ahead, and there'll be like a little ledge just ever so slightly sticking out of a wall that you might miss the first time. If you jump up it, you go behind the wall, and then you carry on. There's a whole other area to navigate to get to the exit or to the hidden chest or to the item. And the rewards you get are just cosmetic, like you can change the color of the bad guy, or you can give him a hat or some shoes or some frilly necklaces and stuff. The reward isn't really worth the effort, but the actual effort is quite fun still, if that makes sense. So it was quite satisfying just to be able to figure out how to get from to where the reward was, and then it's like, oh, I've got another hat, cool, right, never mind, move on to the next level. But yeah, that was really good. About 4 or 5 hours long. I think it took me about 4 or 5 hours. And yeah, well worth a play, definitely. Very
good.
very entertaining. So yeah, so
Decent.
I'm glad I beat you lot to it, because it was good. Which makes a nice change. And I just started Walking Dead Bridge Constructor game this afternoon. Have
What?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Looks
has anybody
mental.
played?
Did you say Walking Dead bridge constructor.
Has anybody played any of the bridge constructors?
I've played. Yes, I have. I played one of the first ones, the original one, like Bridge Constructor, I think it was.
Yeah, because I think there's been a few, and then they started doing spin-offs. Like they did one with
Portal Guns, remember? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've done another spin-off as well at some point.
Stunts, I think it was.
Yeah.
Stunts.
And this one is obviously The Walking Dead, which piqued my interest because I like the idea of the bridge constructor ones, but they never really grabbed me. Even the Portal one, I didn't really get on with. But I've only done the opening 5 or 6 sort of sections so far. But it's interesting. It's got Eugene in it, and he looks like the guy from the show. Got the mullet and all that. And it's got, I think it's got some of the other characters, but again, I'm not sure if it's not necessarily based on the show, but it seems to skew more towards that than the comics.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think it's sort of...
It's just like the opening levels that I've just done are obviously you got to build a bridge to get from point A to point B, but it's about getting the zombies away from you. And there's one where you got to get a barrel to fall down onto the zombies while also getting yourself a lot past the barrel in the first place. It seems interesting.
Sounds
I'm
long, yeah.
I'm only about half hour in so far, but it's
More complex lemmings.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I was just like Walking Dead bridge constructor. This doesn't quite compute, but so far
doesn't it flow off the tongue? Walking Dead.
It's initial impressions are good. So hopefully I'll have that review up sort of midweek next week, and then go from there. Hopefully it'll continue on the upward trend and not dissolve into whatever madness it could be. All right, happy days. Anyone else got any other games they've been playing they want to have a quick chat about?
No, I've been poor. Haven't been able to play that much.
Yeah, nothing new.
Yeah, nothing major apart from the one I mentioned. More good.
All right, let's move on then. So we got the games of gold for the last time in November. Daniel, let's do it.
Take it away, Daniel.
Thank God. Right, so Origami Shadow Edition, and that finishes on the 30th of November. Yes. Swim Sanity, that game is free until the 15th of December. And I don't know if I made the mistake last week or the week before. So Lego Indiana Jones finishes on the 30th of November. I think I said 31st of November. That was incorrect.
We can just make up an extra date. It's fine, no problem.
Yeah, but I don't fancy it. No.
Just extend this wonderful year even longer, eh?
Please. Another month would be glorious.
And obviously December's ones have been announced yet. Have you got them up in front?
No, because that would have been common sense, and I haven't got them in front. Stay there.
Don't
Hold
worry
on.
about that.
Hang on. Fill some air. I will quickly type some.
So Graham, are you going to play on your new TV in 120 frames? Are you going to play Ori more or Gears more?
Probably get into Gear more because, like I said, I wanted to do 4 first before 5, but I don't think it matters.
Don't worry about it. No, just go to 5.
Quick one for you. Did you manage to sort your Series X version of FIFA?
No, it's still the normal one, but I'm not going to bother about it until the release in December.
Because apparently, looking into it, and apparently, it's going to be a separate game.
Yeah.
So, so you got your FIFA 20. As in, what I mean by that is, so you have the Xbox One version of FIFA with this whole your career mode, your achievement list, and then there'd be a Series X version with a completely separate achievement list and a complete separate career mode. So you can't transfer. Apparently, you can't transfer your career mode from.
But you can't transfer. I think the Ultimate Team still transfers.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't really dabbled too much in career mode, so it's not a massive amount of loss.
Yeah.
To me,
that's kind of surprising. Like, oh, really? They're going to be. Because I thought before they weren't going to separate achievement lists and stuff, but FIFA looked.
I didn't know they were separating it that far, but yeah.
Looks like FIFA being the first one to bite that.
I think didn't NBA do the same sort of thing though, where they let you get the next gen upgrade if you bought whatever version it was, but you had to start again. I'm sure there was. Was it NBA or it might have been something else? But I'm sure something else.
Well, if it's NBA, I haven't heard of that, but I saw FIFA earlier today, and I was like, oh, then need to remember to say that.
I just interested to see the comparison between the two, how sort of it runs.
Yeah.
Sort of
see if it actually is an upgrade or not. Yeah, because It's meant to be an upgrade because it's a whole standalone version.
Yeah, so it has intrigued me, and I will be getting it definitely as soon as I can.
Hopefully, your one's got upgrades though. Also, you had that issue, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, all the others updated. So you got the XS version appearing. You know, you see the little XS symbol on the
The little
games,
logo, yeah.
and yeah, as
Yeah,
sort of
because
Pete-
I found it weird when you said before you had FIFA. They downloaded two versions, one and the other.
Oh, I didn't get that. Pete got that or something.
Pete, okay, it must have been Pete. Yeah. Glad the same for
But
me
yeah,
happened to me.
glad in showing me that there was an XS version. I assume you've seen the same, Daniel.
I've got the. I took a photo, sent it to to our WhatsApp group, didn't I?
Yeah,
However long
Yeah,
ago.
so apparently it's going to be two. Yeah, it's going to be two separate versions. So
yeah. So, I mean,
Two
it wasn't me
standalone
before as
versions.
I didn't have my telly, but I have it now, so it's slightly rubbing it in. But yeah, I just blame
Weird,
JS.
that's
The
all
clearly
that
got
was.
me.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I just found it weird that they're going to do two completely different versions. I thought they'd be sharing it.
We'd like to think. I have found our games with gold. It took me far too long to find these things. So you've got Raven remastered from the 1st of December until the 31st of December. You've got Bleed 2 from the December 16th to January 15th. Saints Row oh god, that is far too tiny for me to look at. My poor eyes.
That's the
Oh,
fourth
Get
one,
Out of Hell,
isn't it?
isn't it? That one?
Yeah, no, I think it looks like
It's
Get Out of
4,
Hell.
isn't it? Oh, is it Get Out of Hell?
No, it's not for us. Get Out of Hell. I
Yeah,
remember seeing it.
so that's the 1st of December until the 15th, and then you have Stacking from
Yeah,
the
Stacking, that's
16th
the other one I saw.
of December until the 31st, and then they'll be up on the website tomorrow with the updated.
Lovely. There's not a massively exciting list this month, really, is it?
No.
No, I've seen people say. I mean, I mentioned it. I don't know, however long ago. It would be nice to slowly see these probably disappear and hopefully see some better games in Game Pass.
Apparently, Origami is meant to be actually pretty good.
Yeah, so I was speaking with, I think it was Rorka Dude, mentioned it, and he would like. He said, yes, they're not great, but you're taking away, 4 games. Okay, it's not 4 games a month, but 3.5 games a month away from people that potentially didn't have Game Pass. However, if you think about it from their side, if they take it away, they push Game Pass more, they could get some more titles in there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Because there's definitely people out there who still only have gold. They don't have Game Pass.
Yeah. But gold's
but-
meant to be going away, isn't it?
Well,
I read months.
they've sort of like weaned it down, haven't they? You can't buy a 12-month subscription anymore. You can only buy 1 and 3 month, I believe it is now.
Okay.
So,
They
yeah.
want possible, which doesn't make sense, but
Well, yeah. But if you're not on Game Pass, you're crazy. It's the best deal in gaming by
Well,
far.
yeah. Absolutely, especially if you wangle the old Microsoft rewards as well.
Microsoft Rewards and game share with someone, you're literally crazy. You're quids in. I'm not sure whether I want to do a video on our channel to show people how to game share.
I think it's probably worth.
I would make a joke about game sharing with Pete, but he actually became good this week. He bought a few games, so
Did he? Well, good lad, Pete. Good lad.
He must have heard the episode last week.
maybe he listened in. I went, fine, I'll change it.
Well, yeah, well,
Just
my game
spite
share
by
buddy pumped mine full of Resident Evil.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Fat
did.
boy.
So,
I wanted to get them all on one platform, so now I've got every single one available on Xbox, from 0 all the way up to 7, including Code Veronica, which was important because I haven't never finished that one. And yeah, so eventually, when I get round to my yearly decision of trying to replay them all, now they're just in one place. I ain't got to faff around getting about 6 different consoles out.
yeah, that's good. I game share with Chaotic, so he quite forcefully told me he was buying the best edition of Valhalla, the best edition of Cyberpunk. So I managed to get Call of Duty. I was like, I hope will play Call of Duty. And then I was like, I feel really guilty because he's obviously dropped a lot of money. I'm like, okay, I'll pick up Watch Dogs. I picked up Watch Dogs as well. And now I'm just like, I best play these games that are just sitting on my hard drive doing nothing.
Oh yeah, I think for the games people I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play any of them. It's my current time, but it was nice to buy some games.
Just think of the Chivos, though, Ian. Just think of the Chivos.
This game, it's like what LA Noir. So I played that already.
No.
Yeah, but that was good though. I like
It was good.
Lenoir.
Doubt.
Yeah. Well, I got a game for me. I got Dragon's Dogma for me, and I got a game to share with Jay with Far Cry New Dawn.
Far Cry New Dawn. And I got a game
I bought
for
the
you
Far
to
Cry
play
bundle.
Evil Within.
I never played it.
You should play it in. I've nearly finished 5. But
We can start New Dawn together because I got that as well.
well, I'm going to play that with him and I. We can
Oh,
do
You
it.
don't have to play with me. You can play with Ian as well.
No, but
Don't promise Jamie that. I'm not going to fall for that trick again.
The first time I played Far Cry 5 with Jay, I almost put myself anyway because I shot that aeroplane down that came right at me.
Man, I love Far Cry. It's so much fun. It's just daft, silly fun, isn't it? I have no idea what's going on in the story, and I couldn't really care less. I just like going around and clearing the camps and,
Just destroying
fighting
everything.
everyone. Yeah.
So, I showed you a few of the funny ragdoll elements that I had as well.
Yeah.
The Carnado made from the guy that was half buried in the ground, just making a car spin around.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we could talk about glitches and funny things and games like that for all night. I just read in the chat. Chaotic said about playing. Talking about earlier on playing with our lovely wives, games to play, and he said, "Man, but Dan, he just picked up Little Hope. His missus wouldn't stop going on about it. It's a good shout. Little Hope's very good. Man and Badan's very good. I know some of us have played Man and Badan together. But yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
a good
another one
to
I'm
play
not
with
playing with my
the
missus. She likes to kill everyone. So
yeah, but you can make the decisions and just pretend you didn't hear what she said.
yeah.
Oh, so did you say I didn't? Oh, press the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So
Was that the
sorry.
X button? Oh.
No, I think Jamie, when I played with Jamie, managed to kill someone by not pushing any buttons. Oh, I was going to push a button. I was like, oh, great.
Yeah, but I did. Yeah. That
Big
was
time event. Oh, what's that? Oh,
Yeah, I was kind of only half really paying attention. I'd already been through it a couple of times.
it's like comes up, push X.
I'm talking about saboteurs or quick time events. That's definitely you.
Me?
No, Jay.
Oh, Jay. Yes, I mean, yeah.
Done it to me when we were playing that Resident Evil one.
we don't need. Yeah, we've been.
See,
Yeah,
it's Jay, I think it's just he's old and he forgets to
No,
push buttons.
he did it on purpose. He goes, "Oh yeah, sorry, I fluffed this one.
I
I've
wanted
seen
to
how
see how
slow I
could
could
press the
tap."
button.
I'll
So
see
you
how
should-
slow.
It's because his bit was so easy. I had the tricky bit. All he had to do is keep pressing the button as fast as he could. But no, he wanted to see how slow he could press it, and we failed it just because did it too slow.
Well, I learned then,
That
didn't I?
wouldn't
How
surprise me.
fast I had to press it.
It was such a hardship for you, wasn't it? Just tapping
I
one button.
wonder what
got
happens if I
different
don't
ones.
push this button. He's got a gun to my head.
Yeah,
Push the button. Oh, he died.
but you can never be sure, can you? It might be something like superpowers come into effect or something, but
Yeah.
you never know. Yeah. Anyway, on that,
Here's a question: why we play games with Jamie?
I know on that wonderful bombshell of just ragging on me for my excellent gameplay skill. Should we wrap it up this week?
Yeah.
I think we're about ready to get some gaming on, aren't we? So, obviously, you can follow us all on Xbox Tavern on Twitter, or individually at Chocolate Bear 80, at Graham Reaper 2. No, just at
No, it's
Graham
just at
Reaper, innit?
Graham Reaper,
Just
yeah.
looking at your username there.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
And at Nutty Ray on Twitter, and I'm at Ian Xan. Obviously, the website's got all of our written content, reviews, and features and articles. There'll be one going up about the Borderlands 3 season 2. Is it? Does it just come out? Some sort of
Season 3 pass
content.
or second.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
pass or
newest
something.
part of the DLC.
That'll be up over the weekend from one of our writers, Ross. Obviously, we've got some more stuff going up on the YouTube channel from Dan and Corey and stuff. And yeah, we'll just keep pumping out reviews and articles. I hope to get the Series X review up at some point soon as well. Give our sort of the team's impressions of it, ideally next week if we can. And yeah, thanks very much for listening or watching. If you made it this far, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully next week we'll start off on a bit more of a positive note. There's something else to talk about other than moaning about them taking stuff away. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Graham.
Cheers.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And take it easy.
Game on.
See ya.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop recording. And Twitchland, see you later, folks. Bye.
Bye-bye.